Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this May the 15th, 2025. I'm hoping everybody had a great Thursday out there so far. Everybody has a great Thursday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the lower 48 plus the tropical weather outlook as well. We'll have a special weather tropical at the end of this broadcast, so stick around to the entire video. Plus, we're going to take a look at the severe weather over the next several days to come. As I've been talking about in my recent videos in the past, we will continue to see more and more severe weather outbreaks coming, so get ready, folks. Also, we're going to take a look at your local forecast and also the current watches warning advisory map for your location across the nation. Alrighty, you can see here we got a storm system up here around the North and South Dakota region. You can see the upper level spin there, dragging a warm front to the north and northeast. You can see it brought a lot of tornado warnings. We had 11 tornado reports. As looked at the Storm Prediction Center, and they had 11 storm reports of tornadoes across Minnesota and Wisconsin. Had a lot of hail reports in that area and also across eastern North Carolina as well. You can see the trailing cold front stretching all the way back down into the eastern Pacific. As you can see the subtropical jet feeding a lot of that moisture into that cold front. That's what's bringing a lot of severe weather to the northern U.S. and also the Tennessee River Valley, Ohio River Valley, and the South will get in on it as well. Even the southeastern United States, you're also going to get included as well coming up this weekend. Alright, you can see we got another system here moving into Washington, Oregon State. You can see scattered activity in the eastern Pacific across just west of Central America. We got one little system here down in the Caribbean Sea. Looks a little suspicious, but right now the National Hurricane Center has no advisories or discussions on that system yet. Also, we got some activity across the Cuba to the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico area, and also the western tropical Atlantic. Here in the MDR region, you can see it's starting to get a little active as well. South America has got a lot of activity as well. Alright, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see we got some thunderstorms and showers. Let's move over to Friday. There we go. Now we got the right graphic. Alright, but anyway, we got thunderstorms and showers from up here from New Brunswick to Maine to Connecticut to Rhode Island to Delaware, D.C., Virginia to the Carolinas, all the way down to Georgia, Alabama to Texas, up to Missouri, up toward Michigan, Lake Superior, Lake Huron region, northern Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota to the Dakotas, Montana, and portion of Wyoming. As well, you can see some severe weather from Texas to Arkansas, all the way up to Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Delaware, D.C., Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, you're included. Even got some flash flooding in that vicinity as well, stretching into West Virginia, southern Ohio, southern Indiana, and southeastern areas of Illinois. Alright, we got shower activity over here in western Washington, Oregon State, in the coastal waters. And then we got mixed precipitation from Washington to Idaho to Montana to Wyoming to Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and California and Oregon regions as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Friday. Here's a look at your Saturday forecast. You can see we got thunderstorms and showers for portions of New Brunswick to Maine to portions of New York State to Rhode Island to Pennsylvania to portions of eastern Michigan around Lake Huron, also down to West Virginia to South Carolina and North Carolina to Georgia to Louisiana to Texas to Oklahoma to Arkansas, Missouri, you're included. Also portion of Nevada, southern Nevada, northern Arizona, southern Utah, portion of Colorado through South Dakota, Nebraska, portion of Wyoming and Montana region as well. Some severe weather with portions of Texas to Oklahoma to Arkansas and northern Louisiana, then from the Outer Banks in eastern North Carolina through D.C., Delaware, New Jersey, and North Carolina. Would not be surprised this here could be filled in with a slight risk, but right now they're just going to go with just a marginal risk. We'll show you that in just a few minutes. Alright, we got shower activities along western areas of Washington, Oregon State, Northwest California, and the coastal waters, and a little bit across South California. And we got mixed precipitation in portion of California to Oregon to Washington to Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, and Utah and Nevada regions as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Saturday. Alright, let's move on to the current watch and warning advisory map for your location across the nation. Alright, you can see here we got some coastal flood advisories up here around the New Jersey, Delaware area. Flood watches for a couple counties in Pennsylvania. Severe thunderstorm watches posted for portions of a few counties in West Virginia, much of Virginia, and northern North Carolina, including the coastal waters. Even got some severe thunderstorm warnings embedded, and even got one tornado warning, looked like, in portions of Virginia. We still got the river flood warning for southeast North Carolina, central and eastern South Carolina, southeast Georgia, portion of Tennessee, Arkansas to Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, East Texas. Heat advisories over South Texas. We got tornado watches and warnings and up here in portions of Illinois, Indiana, also portions of Wisconsin. There's those tornado warnings ongoing in central and northern Wisconsin. Even got severe thunderstorm warnings there stretching down into Illinois. Wind advisory for portions of Wisconsin to Iowa to Minnesota to Nebraska to the Dakotas, portion of Montana, southern Nevada, northwestern Arizona, southern California. High wind warnings in effect for South Dakota as well. Got one county with a wind advisory in Idaho. Special weather statements for a portion of California. Alright, we got some small craft advisories to talk about up here. Gale warnings around the Boston area to portion of New York State. Then we got a little bit across southeast Texas, and then again for Southern California to Northern California, South Hawaii and Chain Island. North side looks good. Also around the Alaska region. Hydro issues inland, and a flood watch also in effect there as well. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. Okay, here is your Friday outlook here. You can see, move it a little bit, there we go. Alright, we have a moderate risk over here in portion of Bowling Greens to Louisville to Evansville areas. Also just over here just east of portion of Jefferson City, east of there, but you're included in a marginal risk there. Then we have an enhanced risk from Memphis to Jackson all the way to Charleston, West Virginia, Columbus, Ohio, Cincinnati, you're included, Indianapolis. Slight risk from Waco, Texas, also is a Virginia Beach, Virginia to Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. to Fort Wayne included. Marginal risk, just portions of North Austin, Texas to Green Bay to Milwaukee to Chicago, all the way over to Buffalo, New York, and also New York City as well. General thunderstorm from Austin, far north is Marquette, also over towards Portland, Burlington, and Watertown, New York areas. Great Falls, Montana, down toward Jackson, Wyoming. Alright, here's the tornado probability. It's going to look like this. We have a 10% over portion of Missouri. Go back to it. It will jump ahead over Missouri, northern Arkansas, into portion of Tennessee, Kentucky, and also Illinois, portion of southwest Indiana, southern Indiana, southwestern Ohio. Then we got 5% from just near north of Little Rock all the way to Columbus, Ohio. And then from Waco to Washington, D.C. to Chicago, 2% risk, damaging winds. Here's that 45% area, same areas here, 30% in the red from all the way up to Columbus, Ohio to just north of Memphis. Then from Waco to Fort Wayne to Washington, D.C., Baltimore, 15%. North of Austin to Milwaukee to Buffalo to New York City, 5% for risk for damaging winds. Large hail looks like this. 5% from just north of Austin to Philadelphia to Rochester to areas of Milwaukee. Then from Fort Wayne all the way to Shreveport, Louisiana, just north of Texas, Dallas, you're included. 30% in the areas in the red. Proportion of Missouri, northern Arkansas, northwestern Tennessee, much of Kentucky, southern and central Illinois, and also same for Indiana and also southwestern Ohio. Alright, let's move on to day number 3. Okay, you can see here is day 3. We have general thunderstorm from Spokane to Elko to McCook to Fort Stockton to Charleston, South Carolina, all the way up to Portland, Maine. Here's a marginal risk from areas of Woodward, Oklahoma to Memphis, Tennessee to Columbia, South Carolina. Charlotte, you're included, all the way to Burlington, New York. Vermont, excuse me. Then Waco to Abilene, all the way up to Tulsa, Little Rock, you're included. And then from just north of Wilmington to Raleigh to Virginia Beach, Washington, D.C., all the way up to Albany. Like I said, would not be surprised to see this here. Could be added in a slight risk later on, so we'll continue to monitor and see what the Storm Prediction Center comes up with. Probability is going to look like this, and you can see the heavy significant severe weather looks to be across Texas, Oklahoma, and also Arkansas regions, and then again from eastern North Carolina up into New York State, but 5% elsewhere. Alright, here's a look at day number 4. Okay, you can see this is Sunday's outlook. We got 15% from McCook to Colby to Garden City, Wichita to Liberal to Woodward, Norman, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, Fort Steele, down to Wichita Falls areas for day number 4. Take a look at day number 5. Okay, day number 5 still pretty much from Dallas to Wichita to Lincoln to Kansas City. Fort Steele, you included, Norman, Oklahoma, and also Oklahoma City. Alright, day number 6 going to look like this. East of Dallas over towards, trying to jump ahead, but here is day number 6. Alright, we're back at it. Alright, anyway, here's Springfield to Hannibal to Jefferson City, St. Louis, Missouri to Kansas to Springfield to Little Rock, and just east of Dallas, 15% risk area. Right now it's a little bit too low to predict anything past 7 and 8 over here in the southeastern U.S., but would not be surprised to see a marginal risk, maybe even a slight risk could be included. Any of these days here from day 4, 5, and day number 6, would not be surprised to see an enhanced risk could be added to any of those days as well. So I want to keep an eye on them there, and also as we roll forward as well. Alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. We'll catch you back in the next video. Oh, one more thing before I go. I keep forgetting. Here's a look at the tropics. I was about to wind it up. Forgot about the tropics here. So let's take a look at the tropics. Tropical weather outlook during the next 48 hours is not expected. Tropical cyclone not expected over the next 7 days. So you can see it's quiet in the tropical Atlantic and also the tropical Atlantic in the next 48 hours as well. So now we can end the video. So I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like the video, share the video. We'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Thursday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because the only weather you got.